The Flash issue 20, Joshua Williamson writing and Neil Gouge on art. This is kind of like a teaser for the thing that's coming after the button, because obviously the next two issues are going to be the button. But this did a really good job of giving us a nice big cliffhanger to sort of like, hey, this is what you've got to look forward to when you come back after the two issue crossover.
Yeah. Not to jump ahead, but I might have yelled "Holy shit!"
Well, the ending.
When we got to that page. Yeah, on the ending. Yeah.
I like the suit, and we'll talk about who's wearing a suit in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think it was that much of a shock in of itself.
No, because
it's still a great beat.
I'm pretty sure when this character went missing, we go, no body, not dead. I think was our attitude at the time.
Of course, but I didn't think they would reappear in this manner.
Okay, sure, yeah, you didn't think they'd be a villain, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's not beat around the bush, right? So Mina
is
who they make a point of mentioning early on in the issue as well.
Yep.
They remind us of our existence because Iris talks about Barry. Actually, to talk about what this issue does as a whole, it's actually an Iris issue. I mean, obviously, we see Barry when she interacts with them and all that, but it's from her perspective, it's her point of view. She's investigating a case because someone is grave robbing all of the people who were speedsters and died during the Speed Force storm and all that aftermath. And she tracks it down, she talks to Barry about Mina, tries to get information, and she goes and ends up getting into trouble, as she's known to do. She ends up wearing one of the... It turns out to be the black... what are they called?
Black hole.
Black hole, yeah. The black hole guys. And she infiltrates and she wears one of their suits, and then Flash shows up, and there's a bit of fight, there's a bit of banter, and she ends up saving the Flash. And, Barry shows up like 10 minutes later with the police and like plays dumb. But she overhears that he's lied to her about working late. And we know that's just because he's the Flash. We know it's just that.
But now she is like, what's going on?
And she heard...
She is a bit of an investigator, as we clearly see.
And she did hear...
She's really taken over the Lois Lane, get herself into trouble, get the hero, gets her out.
Do you know what I think works about that? Is that she's younger than Lois, so she's the more... Lois is good enough now that she knows how to play it. Yeah.
She doesn't need to. She has sources that do that for her. Whereas Iris I'm just gonna do it myself.
Yeah, Iris is like
herself in trouble.
It's that whole being young. You have to be have to grab the brass ring and go for it.
Yeah.
So, but she's doing that. But so she hears from one of the scientists. There's someone in charge that's close to Star Labs. Someone who was close to Star Labs, and she sort of ponders as she goes on her date with Barry at his house. He's making dinner or whatever. She's like, what could that be? Like that's kind of the moment she leaves on. But we get all those final couple of pages, and we see it's Mina who is working with Black Hole, and she has this Black Flash-esque outfit, but it's like a black hole logo instead of a lightning bolt in the chest.
It's pretty nice.
And she's talking to someone off panel who is pulling all the strings.
Yes. And it's all about this Speed Force power's too much for one man. The Flash is too dangerous. We have to do something about him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a good issue.
It was a good issue. I do want to criticise the art a little bit.
Okay.
I just don't think Neil Gouge is for me.
I really liked the first panel where we see Barry running as the Flash.
I really didn't.
Did you not?
I hate his head. I hate his proportions in the head.
See, on a lot of it, I agree. On that particular panel, I really liked it though.
It was the same thing because he did one issue like back in the first arc when Gio Domenico had to take like a couple issues off, and I had the same problem then. And there's something I like some more cartoony styles, like I think like Supergirl's more cartoony, and I really like that cartoony style. But for some reason, like the Flash's facial expressions and the shape of his head just felt like too goofy to me, and it wasn't quite working. At least for me.
I remember this from before, when we had discussion last time it was on, and generally speaking, I agree, especially towards the back half of the issue. But that one panel, I thought it looked really good.
I wasn't feeling it.
I do have a lettering issue though. So it's like the third page in with some repeated letters.
Oh I noticed this. Yeah, it's
this
an
was
error.
really bothering me.
I have no doubt though on the digital versions this will be fixed after a couple of weeks. Like they'll edit it.
Yeah.
But what bothered me most is that the caption boxes that Iris is speaking in, it's like a reporter's notepad, and it's like ripped at the side. So I was looking at it going, am I missing parts of a sentence? Where sometimes you'll get parts of a sentence and then it'll just carry on and you'll see the next line underneath, but you'll miss a couple of words because it's been ripped.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out, is that what's happened?
No, I think it's just a mistake.
And then I realised, no, that's just how the boxes look everywhere else, and it is just a mistake, and it really bothered me.
Yeah.
Because I spent a good
because if
minute
you
on
look
that
at the-
box just trying to figure it out.
But
Because if you look at the next word, each one starts
They
with
start
that.
with
So it
it,
looks
yeah.
like, yeah.
To be fair though, I don't like. Obviously, it's a mistake, and point it out. But I don't think that's a complaint against the issue, because it's not like the quality. It's just a stupid mistake. It's like a typo,
sure,
essentially.
I just mean in the sense that I spent a good minute trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been the ripped box, I would have immediately gone mistake, just brush over it. But because the box was that design,
That's just
I
a
was
coincidence, though.
overthinking it. It is a coincidence
Because
it's still
because the
you
digital
know,
version that will get fixed, the trade's not going to have this issue. They're going to fix it. Like it's
They
just
are.
this is the equivalent of, like, I don't know, like the new show on Netflix having a couple of seconds that goes funny because of a encoding error.
I agree. It's just that, but it didn't just point it out because it took me a good minute to get past that panel and figure out what was happening.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
I
stop.
got over it real quick.
I had to stop and go, wait, what's happening here? And I realised, oh, it's just an error.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks, but it'll get fixed. There's not much you can do about it. But nah, that's the Flash. I thought it was a fun issue. I did have some issues with the art. I'm not super huge on Googe, and obviously, especially since the art in Flash is usually something I really like. So it stuck out. But at least here,
It's not bad. It's just it's off.
It's not my style.
To my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least here it worked in the sense that it was kind of a standalone issue from Iris's perspective. So at least it wasn't in the middle of an arc. It didn't interrupt the flow.
Yeah, that's unlike when we spoke about Detective, where it was like, oh, this was a drastic change in the middle of an arc. Here it's like, okay, there's a reason. This is a one-off issue. This is following someone else. It makes complete sense for it to have a completely different style and feel.
Yeah. So we get the Button next week. Obviously, it's not Flash next week; it's Batman next week. But looking forward to the Button.
But no, I also thought Dr. Husk looked remarkably like Dr. Savannah, and I got a little bit excited because I thought maybe Savannah's working with Black Hole, and he's gonna go back off to Fawcett City or something. But no, he's Dr. Husk with 2 Ks, which I thought that was a lettering problem too, but I kept repeating, so I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I think they're just being wacky. Yeah.
Yeah.